What is up, superfans? I'm Matt Stockholm, and this is another edition of the Quantum Corner. First off, thank you everybody who's been following my channel, watching my videos. I appreciate it so much. That's what I do it for. I do it for you guys. Like I said in the beginning, I want this channel to be by the people, for the people. I want to interact with you guys, and like I said, the more it grows, it makes me happier and happier, and I'm more passionate about doing it. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Like this video, comment down below. That will get you into the giveaway, and I'm going to talk more about the giveaway stuff at the end of the video, so make sure and stay tuned all the way through. Okay, well today I really want to talk about one of our most favorite characters. He's good, he's bad, he's mischievous, he's iconic. Loki. I've always been a fan of Loki since I was a little kid, and he's a huge part of the Avengers all the way around. If you look to the first Avengers comic, #1, Loki is right there on the cover. And he's the main focus, he's the main villain in the comic. If you're not familiar with the comic, basically Loki manipulates and uses the Hulk to cause some damage and make some stuff stir up, make a mess of things, and the Avengers that's what pulls them together to kind of figure this thing out, and later they find out that it's Loki manipulating everybody. But that's kind of what brings them together, brings them to the Hulk. Not right then, but the Hulk does later kind of become part of the Avengers, but not right in that first episode. He's still a little skeptical. But it's basically, their root origin story, and Loki is right there in the middle of it. So he's been a huge part. I can see why they put him in the first Avengers movie, and actually that's what we're going to talk about. Recently Marvel released that when Loki was doing all this stuff at the time of the first Avengers movie, he was actually under power or mind control of the Mind Stone. Now, it wasn't to the full effect probably like Hawkeye was, or Eric Selvig, but it still fueled his rage and his anger for his brother and his hatred for the world, and kind of what put him in that real bad guy state. So I think if you've watched his arc now in the MCU, going from that villain to sacrificing himself in Infinity War, you see that Loki probably wasn't as bad as we all thought, and especially now knowing that he was under some form of control from the Mind Stone back then anyways. Okay, so I want to jump into Infinity War. In the beginning of the movie, for one, I want to point out an Easter egg that I haven't really seen many people report about, and I think this part of the comic does kind of tie into the movie too, as well as the part with Loki. But in the beginning of the Infinity Gauntlet comic, the character Mephisto, which if you're not sure who he is, he's basically like the devil of the MCU. He's sitting out with Thanos. Thanos has gathered all the stones, and he's basically buttering Thanos up, and he says this line, "My humble personage bows before your grandeur." And if you remember, that's a part of Infinity War. That's what Ebony Maw says to Thanos when he hands him the Tesseract, aka Space Stone.
My humble personage bows before your grandeur. No other being has ever had the might, nay the nobility, to wield not one, but 2 Infinity Stones.
So going back to the comic, Thanos and Mephisto look over, and there's basically this rock-like figure built up in the word. It says God. And he's basically saying there's no other word for you, Thanos, now that he's obtained the gauntlet with all the stones. Well, if you look back to when Thanos is choking Loki in Infinity War, and Loki's last words to Thanos are, "You'll never be a god." Remember, Loki can touch people and sense feelings, memories, whatever. If we go back to Thor Ragnarok, when him and Valkyrie were going at it, and he touched Valkyrie and he saw all her memories and stuff like that, Loki has that power. So he must have felt that inner feeling from Thanos of him either wanting to be a god or doing this in a godlike way. Like for Thanos, he was not a villain. He was a hero culling the earth to save the other half, so maybe he looked at himself as a god in that way. Okay, so now I want to go back to something that was released a few days back. I wanted to actually report on this then and do this video, but I had some technical difficulties and wasn't able to. Basically, if you've heard, Disney is doing this streaming service that's just kind of Disney's version of Netflix. It's called the Disney Plus streaming service. And one of the shows that's rumored to be on is the Loki. It's going to be like the Loki miniseries. Well, a lot of us were wondering, because of Infinity War and him dying, how would it play in the show? Well, recently there was something leaked out saying that the show would only be narrated by Tom Hiddleston, and he would narrate for a younger version of Loki. So I know when I heard this, I was a little bummed because I know Tom Hiddleston killed it as Loki, and I really want to see him reprise that role, in this series. I thought it could be really cool. The other thing about this is, I think this could say a lot to what's happening in the MCU and what's going to happen in Avengers Endgame. I think this may be the clue that shows that Loki isn't going to be one of the ones coming back post-snap or whatever. But basically, there you have it. The future of Loki may not look so good for the MCU. Okay, well, that's all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Like this video. Comment down below. That will get you into the giveaway. We're doing, at 100 subscribers, we're doing a poster. At 500, we're doing a DVD or Blu-ray. And then at 1,000, we're doing the movie tickets. So keep watching my channel. Keep sharing it with people. Make sure and comment down below. Let me know what you think. That's my favorite part of this channel, is when people comment and we can interact. I love interacting with you guys. So please comment down below. At least just let me know what you thought of the video, what you think of the channel, anything you'd like to see, because I appreciate all the feedback and all the support. Thanks again, guys. Matt Stockholm, the Quantum Corner, saying, stay super, everybody.